day 3 of the observation week, a little bit earlier, currently 11:43 on a Friday. And so this cold front that has been tracking for the last couple of days is finally showing up. And here's just the radar imagery. Earlier today, even though I can't bring up older, I probably could, but I haven't done so. But take my word for it, there was quite a bit of heavy downpours to the west of Houston, to the west northwest, and so those were quite heavy downpours that I don't think really were expected, but they happened. And now that weather has pushed to the east, and of course, during the night with lower energy, not a lot of heat, this weather has started to fizzle out, mainly light rain. So nothing really to worry about in the Houston area. A surprising change, however, is the high for tomorrow on Saturday. A couple days ago, this high was reported to be about 71, 72. Now it's 64, and so that is quite a dip. And so definitely not completely out of the cold. I guess you could call that cold weather. Definitely gonna feel nice. Probably gonna be overcast and rain tomorrow. And really, as far as what I want to say, as far as the rainfall goes, mainly toward the coast, which is kind of surprising. Usually these systems are pretty strong up here near College Station, Brenham, and Columbus, and that's where you see a lot of the heavy rain and the more severe stuff. By the time it pushes down here, the dry air that these storms sometimes need to get severe is mainly gone, and so they kind of weaken into just downpours, not really anything severe. But yeah, Galveston, Angleton, League City, Houston, Webster, looking at what could be Texas City, about an inch or an inch and a half of rain. And so that'll help with the drought, especially over here in the area where we saw some of the heavier rain. The drought over here, I don't know. There is quite a bit of Gulf moisture coming in, but I'll talk about that later in the video. But yes, this drought definitely needs to be alleviated. But luckily, the stuff over here is probably going to go away. This cold front will definitely make sure of that, or it'll help minimize it. Anyway, cool little hourly forecast here I didn't show in the previous videos. It just really shows you wind speed, temperature, dew point at all the different times. It's just an hourly forecast, and mainly what this shows, really the only thing I want to point out is it's going to be overcast mostly all day tomorrow, and really the main chance for rain in Houston is going to be in the afternoon. You'll see rain chances in the morning, and they'll slowly get up, but it seems about 4 p.m. in the afternoon, that's where it's high, and even into the evening, there's still quite a bit of a chance for rain. And so, nothing severe expected, in Houston at least. Corpus is a different story, and I just learned this recently for pulling this up. But now Corpus Christi, this is probably indicative of a severe thunderstorm right here, even though it hasn't been issued yet. I mean, if this one is a severe thunderstorm, then surely this one would be. Now, this storm does look like it might be weakening a little bit. I mean, we see that it kind of started off looking much more healthy, and now it's kind of thinned out along that little line. This one looks like it's staying together quite nicely, and so I expect that they might issue a significant weather advisory or a severe thunderstorm warning. But I don't think that this was expected yesterday. I think they expected the severe thunderstorms to kind of stay up here near Uvalde and San Antonio, and definitely not get down here. And so we'll have to see how that turns out. But yeah, they talk about possible severe weather, large hail damaging winds. Tornadoes are not really a threat, especially this close to the water, so they do say an isolated tornado, so probably only about a 10 to 20% chance of a tornado. So not extremely likely. But yeah, 7 to 11 p.m. it looks like it's already 11:47, so Corpus probably should be seeing this more severe weather pretty soon here as this little cell kind of inches closer. And maybe even something forming right in here as these storms kind of link together into maybe even a tiny squall line. And forecast rainfall not as bad as Houston. As I said, look up here in the north, you see 1.5 to 2 inches, 1.5 to 2 inches, 1 to 1.5. And so up there in the northern parts, you see more rain. Well, down here, it's kind of tapering off in the night. And so, yeah, basically talking about severe weather and and I think, here we go, marginal risk. Corpus is in that marginal risk. So, very isolated. You're probably not going to see, well, you definitely could see these, but it's unlikely. Um, so that's the deal there. Marginal, usually even slight risk. You might only see 2 to 3 severe thunderstorm warnings issued, and right now there's only one. And so with the energy tapering out tonight, especially because there's no afternoon heat, these storms should hopefully die down, and so you won't see hopefully anything too severe. Might have to continue watching this one though. Looks a little dangerous. Anyway, moving on. Got to keep this going quick. Product charts have changed. Of course they have. And now we obviously see that correction to where we could see these severe thunderstorms in the extreme southern part of Texas. And Houston has been changed to where mainly just showers, no really thunderstorms in that outlined red area. But then we see that change as we get into the early morning on Saturday, as this heavy rain threat expands. And then by the afternoon on Saturday, of course, that heavy rain threat is in Houston, where the low pressure center is. And then we see that stall out. This denotes a stalled out front with these, with the warm front, the cold front. Almost looks like they're combined. You have the blue triangle and the red semicircle. So there you go. Front stalls out, and and then this is where you see heavier rain in the Houston area, while Corpus kind of gets light thunderstorms, and then the front kind of tapers out as this warm front pushes up from the Gulf and heats us back up again. Dry line. Now this dry line weakens and it breaks apart. It doesn't really do anything. It does push down quite a bit, but it disappears because it's these little things are called isobars, and they denote the strength of a pressure system. When they're very far apart like this, that means that the system is not extremely powerful. When they're very close together, like up here, you can see how they are. Well, they're not very close together, but they're getting there. I mean, this high pressure, if I can't really see it, but it looks like it has a pressure about 1,024 millibars. Looks like that might be it, because this line is 1,020. But yeah, so this dry line's gonna taper out, and it's gonna be gone. As it pushes down, I don't think there's gonna be any threat of thunderstorms. And then we see another front come down and stall out, so that might be another good chance for rain. Helping out this could be a pretty good chance, because you have this trough here helping out this front, so that could bring increased rain chances. But that is about it there. One last thing I wanted to cover was the satellite, and this is what I was kind of worried about. This is denoting some pretty high cloud tops, and that's why I'm thinking that storm might be issued a severe thunderstorm warning with these explosions and the cloud tops. And then you have this Pacific moisture being drug in, and that Pacific moisture is helping fuel this system. And then you also have some Gulf moisture. There's almost always Gulf moisture in any of these situations, but this Pacific moisture is really flowing into Texas right now, and that's really what's going to cause the heavy downpours on a Saturday. And then looking at the satellite, you can really see it as all of this moisture is getting dragged into Texas by this low pressure, and that's what's going to drive almost everything. And you can see this little low pressure out here swirling. You can tell it's a low pressure because it is swirling counterclockwise, not clockwise. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I had to check for a second. I was like, is that actually? Yeah, it's counterclockwise, because if it was clockwise, it'd be spinning like that. So that's a low pressure. So yeah, low pressure spin counterclockwise, high pressure spin clockwise in our hemisphere, but in others it is reversed. And you can really zoom this out as much as you want, and you can just see all of this. But yeah, it's so cool to look at this and see all of that getting dragged in to Texas and to Mexico to fuel this system. And so let's see how this develops. As far as the product charts go, it's looking like we could see a a chance for severe thunderstorms later tonight in Corpus, and then heavy rainfall. But I really think that this is mainly going to be, it was a low pressure system and a pretty powerful one at that, 996. But you can see some hurricanes, which I think we'll talk about next time. We'll talk about tropical systems. You can see some hurricanes get down to 920, 930 millibars, and so very powerful. And so, yeah. And this front is not very powerful. It has a pressure of 1,014 millibars, and surface pressure is 113. So, actually, so it's quite a weak front. But I think that Pacific moisture and this trough is helping to increase thunderstorms, and so that's been helping it. But that is about it. I will continue to probably stay up and watch this one thunderstorm. Let me refresh the page because I am really certain that this one could be severe. I mean, this one, as I said, it tapered out, and severe thunderstorm warning is gone, and I expected that because it just looked like it was kind of falling apart. But this one is staying together kind of nicely, and so it's going to be cool to see what exactly they do with this. I don't think it'd be a tornado warning. I think it'd be a significant weather advisory or a severe thunderstorm warning. And they might have already issued the significant weather advisory because this map does not show significant weather advisories. And so I'd have to see about that. But this video is already getting a little bit longer, and so I want to end it here. And so that'll be it. Severe weather in Corpus and heavy rain in Houston expected this morning into tomorrow, and into the afternoon tomorrow, tapering off into just heavier downpours instead of severe thunderstorms. But that'll be it. Talking about tropical cyclones next time.